Hi everyone! For today's sprinkle, I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the reasons why it can feel really difficult or confusing even when we try to set intentions and boundaries and then have a hard time following through with honoring them, or maybe letting others trespass a little bit on boundaries that we have established for ourselves. And thought this might be something useful for somebody out there, so figured I would share. I recently had a conversation with one of my really good friends, and she reminded me that this is a concept that we don't always think about, so I thought I would put it out there and just see if it resonates for any of you as well. When we have really powerful intentions that we've set based on our most important values, those are things that really speak to us, and our boundaries are usually related to that as well, right? We set the boundaries to help protect our time and resources in a way that makes it so that we can honor those intentions and that we have enough of what we need to make those intentions a reality. And sometimes we find that as we're going about our day, our life, whatever it is, even with the most well-founded intentions, we still aren't quite honoring that in the moment. And I think what's happening there is that it can just be really difficult to hold all of our most important values in the same place at the same time and remember exactly what it is that we've intended to do as it relates to all of those different values. So for example, if we have a really hard time holding to a time boundary, for this is a personal example because I struggle with this, what we're essentially doing is we're choosing a different value than the one that we intended to honor through whatever that time boundary was. And so whenever we don't respect our own boundaries, or we allow others to trespass on our boundaries, we haven't abandoned our values. We're just honoring a different value or a different set of values than what we had intended to with that particular intention or boundary. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. So with a time boundary, for example, I will often establish that with myself and with others because I know that I need to honor that in order to be able to take care of this whole collective set of values and things that are important in my life and that allow me to more fully function and be the best human I can be in a number of different ways in my life. However, when I'm in the middle of a conversation or an interaction with somebody, I know about myself that I tremendously value relationship and connection. And in that moment, I forget to hold my little basket of all the other values and important elements in my life that I was trying to more holistically care for with the time boundary that I initially set. And so in just ignoring that boundary, I'm still honoring a value. I'm honoring that value of relationship and community or connection, but I'm doing that at the expense of something else. So one really important aspect to being able to honor our intentions more fully and more satisfactorily is to keep that full set of our most important values and the most meaningful things we're working on in our life really solidly at the forefront of our mind. And that happens most easily by intentionally showing that to ourselves, exposing ourselves to that set of values that we've identified for ourselves and the intentions we've set around them. And also boundaries. When we have those established, when we know we need this set of boundaries to be able to honor that intention, we have to continually remind ourselves of what we're doing, why we're doing it, why that's important to us. Because the more we see that throughout our day, throughout our week, throughout our month, the more we feel connected to it, the easier it is moment to moment, when we're faced with those decisions, like allowing an interaction to flow over outside of a time limit that we may have set for ourselves, it's easier to remember, oh, I'm trying not to do that because when I do, I don't have time to do X, Y, and Z things that I need to do to take care of myself or others, and that I'm not honoring the full set of that basket of values in doing that. And that if I stick with this, it actually enables me to better be able to do that, and I'm not creating a downstream effect that's actually going against my values in a way that I didn't want. Because ultimately, I know if I don't honor that time boundary, I might be choosing the relationship, the connection that's in front of me right now, but I'm doing that at the expense, ultimately, of a connection or a relationship further downstream, because I'm not able to do all the things that I know I need to do to take care of my full well-being, and I'm not going to be the person that I want to be for someone who may even be more important than the person in front of me currently. Later today or tomorrow or later in the week, I'm not going to have the resources that I planned out, that I knew I needed to put towards that, because I've spent it here. And the reason I did that was because I forgot to hold the full basket of what's important in my sights, in my view, while I decided to do that. So I hope that helps. I hope that resonates with some of you. As always, if you have any questions, reach out. Let me know if that speaks to you in any kind of a way that you feel like you can carry with you today to make choices that honor your full little pot of values and important elements in your life. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.